everybody, it's Stephen and Walter for another daily report from the land of Oz. And today we are in Tamworth. But before we got here, let's talk about the trip here. This was a bit of a hike today. How many kilometers did we go?
We went almost 400.
Yeah, so it took us how long? About 3.5 hours or almost 4 hours?
Yeah.
Almost 4 hours, and it involved driving through some mountains several times, up and down and around, and that we have video of all of that. And then of course there were some delays with workers on the road, a lot of potholes in this particular highway we're on, the A15?
A15. Yeah.
A15, I guess.
Yeah, I had to really watch the potholes in some areas because I actually did hit one, which I was trying to avoid.
Yeah, it was a bit bouncy. So actually you'll find on the video footage, some of it, I'm doing a lot of the scenery because the terrain changes a lot, in considering we only went like 400 kilometers. But yeah, it does change, as you're going to see. You have mountains at one point, and then you have like trees. It's cool here. Yeah. We are going out for dinner just in our hotel, but they have a very fancy little restaurant in there, and we've got long pants on right now.
It's 16 degrees right now.
Yeah. It got down last night in, where were we last night?
Stanthorpe. It got down to 10 degrees Celsius last night.
So this is the beginnings of possibly moving into what the Australians call winter. But we also noticed something peculiar. Never thought about it here in Australia, but they do have some trees in certain parts of Australia, like the part we're in right now, they change color. Now, it's not quite what we're used to in North America, in Canada, with the color change, but they do change color. So I'm assuming they drop as well. I don't know. Again, native Australian, you can fill us in on that. The weather here has been... We've been fine as far as weather is concerned, but Sydney got hit with a lot of rain, and in New South Wales as well, to the point of there was flooding in some areas, and they're still trying to clean up from some of that flooding.
We didn't run into it in our travels so far. We may end up seeing some of the aftermath of it in Sydney when we get down there.
Yeah, so anyways, hopefully we won't run into any of that at all. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny. We're headed towards the Hunter Valley tomorrow. That's wine country. But anyways, yeah, so you'll see a lot of the terrain and things as we were traveling along. Did we do anything exciting today? Not really.
We walked around downtown Tamworth a little bit. We were looking for a place to eat, and one thing we were finding with these smaller places is that we've been to, like Stanthorpe and this place, is that cafes stay open till about 2 o'clock, and then they shut down, and then they they either shut down for the day till the next day, or they'll or some restaurants will shut down till 2, and then they reopen at 5:30 or 6 again for the dinner menu.
Yeah.
So
it is not particularly easy to find
someplace to eat mid-afternoon. So.
Yeah. So where did we end up? McDonald's. There's always
because every place we went to, actually walked by this one coffee shop and almost stopped in there. And then I said, well, why don't we go back around? And they were closing their doors when we were walking back.
That was a little after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, now this place where we are is much bigger than Stanthorpe. Thorpe.
Yeah, Stanthorpe only had about 6,000 residents, and this has about 60,000.
60,000. But, okay, no offense to Australians, but would I come back to either of the two places again? No. There's nothing here.
No, but it's been interesting to see.
Yeah,
the landscape's been interesting and stuff like that. But it's a little bit too laid back for us.
Yeah. Now they do have, and you'll hear it on the videos, the big guitar, and we're going to see the big guitar tomorrow. However, we saw a glimpse of it in an advertisement on TV this afternoon, and I don't.
It looks kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I don't. It is a big guitar, but not a big guitar. It is a bigger than average guitar kind of a thing. And I guess there's sort of a museum or something there too that has something to do with guitars. Different.
Yeah, well, we don't want to go see the museum. We'll
No.
just want to. Actually, the guitar happens to be on our way to the next stop. So.
To the Hunter Valley. So, yeah, we'll.
It's actually a 10-minute drive away from the hotel, and we were thinking of going there today. But then I said, well, we're on our way. We're gonna end up driving by it tomorrow, so we might as well.
Yeah, no sense with that. So yeah, so we came back here. Like I said, we went to Macker's, and I still feel that. And
yeah, we don't usually do McDonald's, so
no. Now there was another kind of fast foody place that's called Oporto.
Yeah, we kind of looked at it. It's supposed to be Portuguese-based hamburgers and stuff.
Yeah, but we weren't sure about that. It wasn't like there were a lot of people in there either. But then again, there weren't a lot of people in the McDonald's either. So I don't know. There is another place called Red Rooster, which we think is sort of like a Kentucky Fried Chicken kind of place.
Yeah, but they also have sandwiches and
yeah,
stuff.
they had chicken sandwiches and that. So maybe a cross between Kentucky Fried Chicken and the one in the States.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Well, the sandwiches look like they're like submarine type sandwiches with
I didn't
chicken
see
in
that.
it. Yeah, no.
Okay. I think they had some wraps too. Of course, this is Australia. They never call anything by its full name. So wraps, at least in Oporto, are called rappas. They're rappas. R-A-P-P-A-S. Rappas. So I don't know. They do a lot of things with.
Well, not like that. A lot of stuff was English sounding too, because we noticed at the Woolworths, which is a big grocery chain.
Yeah.
They have an area where you could pick up your groceries, and they would put it directly in your boot.
Yeah.
Right.
In your boot.
Which is your trunk, right? So.
Yeah, which is an English term. We're familiar with that term. We don't use it in Canada, but we have heard it, because we watch sometimes English programming, English television shows and stuff like that. So we know they mean the trunk. This is the boot and the bonnet. The bonnet is the front of your car, the engine area of your car. So they do have some cute expressions like that too that come directly because of...
It's a boot.
It's a boot. It's a boot. It's about a boot. It's about a boot. About a boot, bada bing. So the hotel we're in, you'll see that on the video too.
Yeah, it's a chain hotel.
Yeah.
Here it's called a Ridges, so.
But we've got a fairly elaborate room from what Walter thought he ordered.
Yeah, I ordered just a standard king. Or actually, they called it a Premier King, I think. And this room is actually called a family room, or whatever. It has
family suite.
Family suite. It has 2 bedrooms. One room has 2 single beds in it, and the other room has a king size bed in it.
And in the room with the 2 single beds, well, I think the idea is Mom and Dad have the master bedroom with the big queen size bed, and the kids get the single beds in the other room. But in the other room the kids are in, that's where the fully stocked bar fridge is.
Yeah.
So
I know. Like, I mean, so the kids will be enticed by what's in the bar fridge.
Unless they think that Desi and Lucy are going to be moving in here and have their own beds like that, and the kids get the queen. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very stylish in here in such a way. One thing is, though, it has USB ports in the walls, in the wall outlets. They're not all conveniently placed, but they have it.
You even have one in the bathroom.
Yeah, so, sitting on the can, recharge your phone, I guess. I don't know. Which I was very pleased to see that.
It has 2 decent-sized TV sets in here, too.
Yep. There was one in the master bedroom, one in the room we're
doing
doing this in.
And when I say by decent, they look like they're about 50-inch or 55-inch ones.
There is a small balcony from this room, but there isn't any chairs or tables on it. And actually, it'd be kind of hard-pressed to put chairs or tables on. It's very, very tiny. It's a very weird layout, because there are basically 3 buildings.
Yeah, not only that, this is a suite on an upper floor. There's a lower suite here, but you have to walk up a set of stairs to get to this suite.
And your key opens up the door from the outside into the stair area, and then you see the door into the room that's below us. Their key would open that, and we had to come up the stairs, and the stairs are a bit treacherous. We came up in them in stark dark. We didn't realize there was a light switch at the bottom and at the top that you could turn on.
Yeah, so your key opens the door at the bottom, and then there's a second door at the top to
which is your room door.
Also opens, yeah.
Yeah, which is the room door. So anyways, it's a little different layout than seen in other places before, but anyways,
it is a very nice room, though.
It is a nice room, yeah. So we talked about food and yeah, McDonald's. So we were thinking, well, what are we going to do? This room does not have cooking facilities with it, so we can't really go out and get something and heat it up or do whatever we want to, like we've done in many of the other places we've been staying at. And since we discovered that downtown doesn't really have a lot to offer either.
Yeah, like they have cafes that seem to only open till 2.
Yeah.
And then they have like bars,
yeah, kind of watering holes. You know, that kind of thing.
And
so they did ask us when we checked into the hotel today. They have a restaurant attached to this. It looks like a very fancy restaurant. Needless to say, that's why we have pants on, because we made a reservation for 7 o'clock in there. It's going to cost us, but you know, what the hell.
Yeah, and some people have noticed that I wear a black t-shirt a lot and not my shirts. And actually, I feel more comfortable in a black t-shirt during the day rather than my shirts. So
looks like a thug.
Yeah, I know. So I'll wear my shirts when it's
You just don't want people to say to you, that shirt, where did you get it? Or stare at you. They don't say that.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Nobody comments on
Yeah, nobody,
shirts.
like, it's unusual because when we were in Canada, somebody will stop Steve and say, "Oh wow, I love your shirt. Where'd you get that?"
And we get that whole
Here,
conversation.
they just sort of look at you.
Kind of look at you,
and not only that, there isn't really anybody else on the street that's wearing a colorful shirt.
No,
they're all wearing black t-shirts.
In fact, we noticed today they know we were the tourists because we were wearing shorts.
Yeah, I know.
And they're not.
They're all they're
bundled.
It's 22 degrees and it's cold out for them.
Yeah. Well, right now it's 16.
Yeah.
Right now it's 16. Balmy, that's shorts weather. But anyway, so that's where we're off to after we finish doing this for dinner. I hope it's worth what it's going to cost us, because it's going to cost us. It's primarily it's steaks. And about $69 per steak?
60, 70, yeah.
Something like that. Aussie dollars, but 15%.
But that's what it's like in Canada too, right?
Yeah, now, I guess. It's been a while since I've been really out someplace in order to steak or not. I don't know if I'm having steak. I'll see on the menu. That all depends. I like steak.
No baked potatoes though on the menu.
Oh, weren't there?
No.
Oh, what were on the?
There's mashed potatoes or chips. French fries.
Yeah, I know, chips.
Or
well, I don't mind that. Steak and frites. Yeah, kind of a thing. So, anyways, and the wines and there are very pricey bottle wise. Well, anywhere from what did you say, 45
to
up
several hundred.
Yeah, several hundred. We won't be having the several $100 bottle of wine, anyways. So we'll see. But, we're on holiday, so what the heck. I mean, this won't be the first meal that we've had while we've been on the trip that's cost us a lot. I mean...
When we went out with your nephew.
When we went out with my nephew, and that bill was... And for basically what we got, I mean, we had pizza.
Yeah, pizza, but they ordered a more...
Well, we had 2 bottles of wine. Yeah, that might have done it with it. But whatever. Who cares? In 10 years' time, it won't matter. So, yeah, we're not really on a tight budget. Thank God for it. So anyways, we're going to go and enjoy ourselves, and I hope it's worth it. I do. I'm telling you, if I do order a steak and it doesn't come to my liking, I have no problem sending it back. So let them beware. I'm not sure how Aussies are on preparation of things like that. We'll find out. Okay, so tomorrow we're off to the Hunter Valley and we have 2 nights there, and that's wine country. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll figure it out. I sort of did suggest, but it looks like it's not such a good suggestion, that maybe we should actually go on an organized wine tour. Um, but the ones that they seem to be offering that we can find anyways sound kind of lame, and they're not cheap for that. But I mean, like, what? There was one of them you saw that it looked like they go to one place.
They go to one place, and it was a cheese and wine pairing thing.
Yeah, that's
and
not
it was,
wine
I
tasting.
think, a place many years. It was many years. The first time we were in Australia, we took a tour to the Hunter Valley, but from Sydney, and there was one place they stopped for lunch, and this was the place that this one tour was primarily going to, and we weren't really impressed by that place.
Yeah.
So,
in fact, the meal that was provided, we paid extra for the premium meal.
yeah, they had a choice between a standard meal and a premium meal, and we ordered the premium meal, and it wasn't as good as the standard meal.
Yeah. So that. But anyways, we will see. We'll play it by ear, and then so 2 nights in the Hunter Valley, and then we're back on our way back to Sydney as well. So I hope nobody burned out their eyeballs back home staring at the eclipse. If you were in the path of it. Of course, we certainly weren't in the path of it. It had no effect on where we are whatsoever, but we've been watching it on the news.
We missed the event. So.
We missed the event of the century, the eclipse. But, big hole, black. Yeah, okay. Geez, I've seen black holes before. I'm not going to tell you why or how. All right, so it is time for us to go to dinner. So, we'll see everybody tomorrow. Say goodbye, Walter.
Goodbye.
Oh, ouch, my knees. It's from walking. Okay, so we're on the road again, and we're going now from, or have left, Stanthorpe, and we're heading to, what's this place?
Tamworth.
Tamworth.
It's considered the Nashville of Australia.
And it has the big guitar. Again, I shiver in anticipation to see the big guitar. So, yeah, we're out in the sort of the sticky stick area. Road's a little rough. That's why you notice I'm bouncing up and down here as I try to hold my camera as steady as I possibly can. Yeah, it is cool this morning. It is actually 15 degrees C at the moment right here. Far cry from 25, 26, 27.
Seems that the interior gets down. It went down to 10 last night here.
Yeah.
The interior seems to have bigger temperature ranges, and it's going to go up to about 22 today. So,
it feels more like home already in the temperatures. One advantage of it being a little cooler right now is that we don't have to worry about the air conditioning in the car that doesn't work. So that's okay. I don't mind it being a little bit on the brisk side. That's not even brisk.
When it gets to like 29 here and stuff like that, it actually becomes like too hot for us because we're so used to in Canada not having super hot weather.
Yeah. I mean, we have had 29, 30 degree weather, but not usually until sometime in July or even into the early part of August, and that's not for very many days usually in a row. I mean, if we have that for 2 days, it's a heat wave. So, yeah. So we'll see what we're going to see today, but ooh, the big guitar. Can hardly wait. A little more of the scenery, mountains over in the distance.
Gotta watch out for potholes.
Yeah, a lot of potholes on this road. I keep looking for glimpses of wildlife, but I don't see any. Like kangaroos hopping by in the wild. They're late sleepers. Yeah, well, I think they tend to be a little more nocturnal. The best time to see kangaroos in the wild, we have been told, is that they come out in around dusk.
And dawn.
Well, we're not at either point right now. So, this little place is Wollongara. small places in the more into the interior. I don't know if we can call this really the interior or not, but we're definitely not on the coast. So it's kind of the fringes, I suppose. And you can see here that, well, although some of this is a little bit green, on the way here, things were not quite as green and lush as they are closer to the coast. A little bit more desert-y like scrub desert, although there's trees and stuff. So I really don't know. I haven't taken geography since grade 9. Hated it. So I'm really not up on my terms for different terrains.
I took geography and I can't remember.
Yeah, well, you're also old, so
Yeah.
you probably forget a lot of things. Yep, so that was Wollongara.
Next is Tenterfield.
Tenterfield next
That
coming
was the
up.
other place that we could have stopped.
Yeah, but didn't it wasn't even smaller than...
Well, I don't know. It might be a little bigger than Stanthorpe, but there was less to do.
Oh. Wow, that says a lot. Less to do in that one, okay.
Well, somebody rated. There were videos on Stanthorpe as a destination place, and then there's a couple of videos on Tenterfield, and there was some comments about, oh, don't bother.
Oh, just keep going, okay.
I think their claim to fame is they have a lookout.
Oh, look out!
Yeah, a lookout over town.
Is it high enough that you could see the Big Apple?
No, but
Or the
it's
big thermometer?
it's high enough that you can overlook Tenterfield. So.
Well, you know, we're kind of making fun of these little places and that, but we're not doing it in a derogatory manner. We have little places where we live too that...
Try to make the most of what they have.
Yeah, come see like where we live in Oshawa. Come see the murals.
There are actually some, conservation areas near these places where you can go hiking and stuff like that. And, they have rock formations and things like that, but we're not really much into hiking.
No, so I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff, I think you'd love it.
Yeah. Like there's one place, I can't remember where it was, I was looking at, they said you should go see these falls. There's a big gorge and you can see these falls, but from the main road it was a 40-minute trip just to go see the gorge.
Well,
So
driving or by
driving,
oh, okay.
and another 40 minutes just to get back to the main road.
Okay.
So you're spending an hour and a half just to look at a gorge. So
I've seen the Niagara Gorge and Niagara Falls.
Yeah, it's not like we haven't seen other kinds of natural formations and falls. Actually, it was falls too.
Ooh.
And
yeah, well, but if you're the kind of person that's into that kind of stuff, I'm sure you would absolutely love it.
or if you're young and you haven't seen anything.
Yeah, and you're not in a wheelchair, so or have your cane with you or a walker. But it's still interesting to see what we're seeing here because we haven't seen here
No, this is
before.
different.
This is different than what we've done on other trips. So, yeah, different's always interesting. And here's another little place,
Tenterfield.
Tenterfield. Oh, they have a Bush Poetry Festival in Oracles of the Bush. Okay. That sounds like, oops, slow down. We have traffic in Tenterfield. They've got construction going on here.
Oh, here we know when there's sticks because we've got a man holding a stop sign.
Yes. This gives you an idea, though, what the landscape, too, looks like. Well, we're stopped here for a minute. Very scrubby kind of looking. Not a kangaroo in sight.
School bus.
Well, I don't know. Are they back in or I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they're not out yet.
Oh, I thought they
April
were.
15th is when they come out.
Oh, when they get out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let them out of their little cages in
Yeah.
April the 15th. All right. So,
At least that's what I read somewhere, so I don't know.
well, this is exciting here. Oh, we're gonna go now. Yay! Here we go. We are going on the road again.
Speed limit camera ahead.
Oh, there's a speed limit camera ahead. Lots of construction here.
Probably filling in potholes.
Oh, that's. I think they have a problem on this road with potholes, and well, they may fill them in, but it doesn't make a heck of a lot of difference that we've seen.
No, look at
Ooh, well, this is bad. Now I wonder what does that.
Well, it's not frost.
No,
Maybe it's heat.
maybe it gets really hot here at certain points or something. It melts the asphalt. I don't know.
Maybe somebody can tell us.
Yeah, maybe
From
somebody in Australia knows.
Why there's potholes on the road?
Well, they looks like ripples
Yeah.
in the asphalt.
Because in Canada, you get potholes from the constant freezing and
Yeah.
unfreezing of the roads.
Well, anyways, that was Tenterfield. I was wrong. We're not out of Tenterfield. This is it proper. I have no idea how many people live here, but it seems like it's a bustling little community. And if you see some of the trees have like two colors in them, Walter's theory is that these trees it's cold enough here that they actually maybe turn color, because we're in the fall right now in Australia, so winter's coming. We've seen advertisements on TV getting people ready for winter. That winter's coming.
That's what Philip kept saying. Too.
Yeah.
Winter's coming. People apparently changed from shorts to long pants.
Yes, and longer sleeves as well. Now you have to remember, they're talking about temperatures that are like 14, 15 degrees. See? That's when we're getting out our shorts.
Well, actually, in Stanthorpe, it can get down to 0. So.
Oh, it can get down to 0 in Tamworth where we were.
Yeah, because it gets colder on the interior than it does.
Yeah, I guess then it doesn't have the influence, I guess, of the ocean or whatever that is. Once again, I am not a meteorologist, nor do I play one on TV.
Well, I have to admit, Stanthorpe seems to have more lively down here.
Yeah. It's got a lot of little stores, like.
There's that earthy smell.
Yeah, we noticed that before. This smell of damp earth. I don't know what it is. Is it really damp earth? Oh, they have a reject shop. Oh, look, they're chained. There was a gas station.
Oh, wait a little bit.
Why, it is just a metropolis here. Looked a little bigger than Stanthorpe, but I don't know. Hard to tell. We didn't go all the way around Stanthorpe, but looking at their main drag.
Interesting architecture.
Yeah, like that house over there.
Well, there's gas here.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna stop and get gas. Mountains in the distance. A little better shot of them. Don't ask me what they're called, I don't know. They're just mountains.
Jump up gully.
Jump up gully.
That's what that is.
Oh. and suddenly you get this. So
In 1 kilometer, keep right onto New England Highway.
It's funny is that when they call it the New England Highway.
why?
I don't know. It just seems something that you would hear in the United States.
Yeah,
or
true.
something.
Big bridge in the distance. See if I can pull it up a little bit. Oh yeah, now I can't see it because of the bloody trees. This happens every time I put the camera up.
Well, it's because you're a little slow.
Really? Not slow.
You're not part of the School of the Gifted.
Yeah, right. Like that kid yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kid's trying to get into a store and it says to push or pull or something
It said,
like that.
it said to pull.
Yeah.
He's pushing.
Yeah.
And he was lost as to how to open this door. And we
Nice.
came out of the other side and kind of, I guess he figured it out then.
Yeah. And I said, well, obviously went to the School of the Gifted.
Yeah. Okay. I never did get a shot of that bridge. Now we're on it. Or are we?
No, not
No,
yet.
we're not there yet.
I don't know unless it's a bridge for. Oh, that might be it.
No, I think this is the bridge that was in the distance. We're on it
Yeah.
now.
They have a no jump shield.
Ooh, it's a jumper bridge. Yeah, this is it that I saw in the distance. Well, now we're on it. Just saw a sign for a quoll crossing. Quoll, quoll crossing. So I looked them up, and they're a little marsupial. They kind of look like a quokka in some ways in their little face. They got cute little faces. But that's the first sign I've seen for quoll crossing. We've seen kangaroo, koalas, but not a quoll. Didn't know it was a thing. Guess it is. We have now entered deep water. And it looks like it's a bustling little whatever community. We've been trapped behind this trailer for a while. Or as they call them here.
Cruise Oz on the back.
Cruises. They don't call them trailers, they call them caravans. And I guess this must be downtown Deepwater.
It's more like deep shit.
Wow.
Keep right onto New England Highway.
And I have a feeling that was Deepwater. The
Yeah.
end of Deepwater.
Yeah.
About 40
because we're going
kilometers,
to
continue
100.
straight.
And this is the town of Glen Ennis. It's supposed to be a McDonald's here, so you know it must be large-ish. Or maybe not.
In 1 kilometer, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Church Street.
Well, it looks like fall has come here because look, the trees have turned in color.
They have a lot of poplars that must
Yeah.
have been planted here. I'm assuming they're poplars. I've never seen this other good. This doesn't look like natural vegetation.
No, maybe not. But then again, those don't. You're calling those poplars, but we used to have a poplar in the front lawn when I was a kid, and that's not what the poplar looked like.
Oh, okay.
The
well,
poplar looked
they-
more like a regular tree, except the leaves were.
But I've noticed that there's some around here that look like they've been planted in a row.
No, maybe they were. I don't know, windbreaks or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look at all of them down here. Why, it's like fall at home. take a look at these trees, they look like they purposely were planted in rows.
Seems like you're on the side of the road.
And on the side of the road as well. Here, and here again to see some color in the trees as well.
Was it juicy one?
Oh, was it roadkill?
No. Bug.
Oh, we're getting bugs on the windshield at the moment. They're splattering. Bug guts everywhere. Oh, look, it's the big tractor. Well, not so big. So this stretch of the road, there's not a heck of a lot of places along it, and it's a lot of cattle farming out here because you see cows all over the place, but you don't see a lot of buildings or anything like that. So I guess maybe what they do is they let the cattle roam through all these fields and free graze, I guess, and maybe at a certain time of the year they come out and herd them. I don't know. I'm not a cattle rancher. I have no idea what they do. I'm just going by what I've seen on TV about things like this. You can see how vast the countryside is. Oh, look, civilization coming up. And there it is. And there it goes. Now they tease us with the Mackers, but it's
McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's. Mackers, what they call Mackers here. And of course you can see this Mackers is only 150 kilometers. Oh no, there's 140 kilometers away in Armadale too. They're both on there, so. But there's nothing in between all of this. Some cows over there. Cows to the right. There's cows to the left. All kinds of cows. This is the lovely little burg of Urala. And that's, now we're leaving the downtown area of Urala. Well, we are now in Tamworth, country music capital of Australia, home of the big guitar. Are you excited? I'm so excited. Okay, so we're in our hotel right now called the Powerhouse, the Riches. It is in Tamworth, and we have a big kind of room. They call this a family suite. So in this room we have 2 single beds and we have a desk. Guess what? This hotel actually has HDMI connection and 3 USB connections as well in the wall, except they're all in this room and they're not in the master bedroom, which we'll come to in a minute. They have this bar area, and of course there's a fridge down in that cupboard, and it's already fully stocked with stuff, you know, and there's a menu for what you would like. It's one of those kind of hotels. But I was able to get our stuff in there without having to move their stuff around. It's nice looking. It's just a weird kind of layout. Okay, big television set in this room. Then you go down this little hallway. And we're on the 2nd floor, and we do have a very small balcony, but there are no chairs or tables out there with it at all. And the weird way is you come upstairs from, and you're gonna have this fan in competition. To come up into this room, you have to go in at the bottom level of the building, and you have a staircase, and before you go up the staircase there's a door to another room that's on the ground level, and then these stairs, which were not a lot of fun to negotiate, especially we didn't know there was a light switch, so it was kind of in the black, and up to this room. So here is the master bedroom, I guess, your double bed, all this kind of stuff. They do have, though, curious. If you see here on the night table, they have one of those magnetic chargers, like, and I tried it with my iPhone and it works fine. But that's all there is in here. Yeah, to hook anything else in here, we'd have to still go to the outlet, which are at the bottom of there, and plug in all of our devices that way. So still, this is the first hotel we have been in Australia that actually did have some USB ports in the wall. And to the lady who said to me, why do you need USB ports in the wall? Why don't you bring your own cables? Let me explain to you. See, that's a USB plug.
I think there's one down here too.
Okay. That's what you plug your cables into to run it. Otherwise, you need to have a little adapter thing like this that plugs into the outlet, and then it has things where you can plug in your extension cords. That's how it works, okay? Just to make sure that, just to let you know, whoever it was made that comment, we're not stupid when it comes to electronics. We know what we're doing with them. And maybe she didn't, I don't know. But anyways, or misunderstood. Maybe she misunderstood what I was describing. So anyways, yeah, they have a really fancy restaurant here in this building. Walter was looking up the prices and steaks like $69.
Yeah.
And wines go from anywhere from...
Well, actually, they start at about 45.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
And move their way up the scale from there considerably.
Which isn't too bad. And you got to remember you're not paying tax.
Yeah, that's right. Well, if you get a bottle of wine in any restaurant in Canada too, it's going to cost you at least that as well. Yeah. But a meal here is...
You may have to dress up for it. And I don't know.
I'm not dressing up for it. I don't know if you do have to dress up for it. Probably not. They'll take your money no matter what. We do have breakfast included with this room as well. So, yeah, it's a nice room. Little weird layout, but that's okay. I mean, we're only here one night, so what does it matter? Okay, so this is where we're staying, the powerhouse. Looks like it's about 3 buildings. We're in that far building down there, and you can see what I was saying about the balcony up above. We're on the 2nd floor of it. And then there's this area here. And then down here is their reception and event center and everything, where we went in to check in. So this is downtown Tamworth. The regional council. I don't think there's a lot here, but well, I take it back. There is a little bit more to the downtown district than I first thought. It goes down quite a ways by the looks of things down here, and then off on some side streets as well.